This conference will now be recorded.
I will take the chair for now, and if Dick shows up, I'll turn it over to him. All right. Well, thank you all for coming to the June 8th Montachusett Joint Transportation Committee meeting. The agenda is up on the screen. My name is Brad Harris. I'm the Transportation Project Director here at the Planning Commission, and I will serve as chair for now. Brian, do you want to try and do introductions?
Sure. Would you like me to read off the names I have here? Or?
Yeah, try the participant list.
Okay, we have Alan Minoyan, and maybe if you could just state where you're from or who you're representing.
Yes, thank you. Alan Minoyan, Director of Community and Economic Development, Town of Air.
And Amanda R.
Hi, I'm Amanda Reed. I am from the Lunenburg Planning Board.
George Kahali.
George Kahali, Montachusett Regional Planning Commission, representing the administrator, Bruno Fisher.
I think you meant Tice.
Janet Tice.
Janet Tice, representing the Shirley Planning Board.
I have Laura, doesn't have a last name.
Yeah, hi, it's Laura Hanson. I'm really not on the beach. That's the background that it gave me, but I like it. So I'm at Mass DOT in District 2, and I'm the district projects engineer.
Mark Archambault. Mark, you there? Okay, maybe he's away from the computer. Robert Schwartz.
Robert Schwartz, representing the Planning Board in Gardner.
Sarah Bradbury.
Yep, Sarah Bradbury from MassDOT District 3.
And finally, Tim Kilhart.
Tim Kilhart, representing Harvard DPW, Subregion 3.
And Dick Kilhart has shown up. So,
he is here.
Okay. Dick, I will turn the meeting over to you. We just finished item number 1, introductions.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any public comments from the group today? Seeing and hearing none? No?
No, I do not see any.
Okay, we'll move forward with approval of the May 11th, 2022 minutes. Can I entertain a motion?
I'm making a motion to accept the minute.
Is there a second for discussion?
Bob Schwartz, a second.
So there's a motion and it's been seconded. Is there any further discussion? Although,
Aye.
say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. Brad, am I going back to you for the report on the nominating committee, or is that?
I will direct that to Bob Schwartz.
Okay, Bob Schwartz, the floor is yours.
Okay, the nominating committee met this afternoon, and we have the following slate of officers not to be nominated and elected, or nominated anyway. Dick Kilhart of Athol for the chair. Travis Condon of the North Central Chamber of Commerce for vice chair. And Guy Barbasero of Winchton and for the position of secretary, and also for the position of secretary, Robert Schwartz from Gardner. And that is the slate of officers for the Regional Transportation Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any wishes for nomination from the floor for any of those positions?
Doesn't
Great.
look like it. I can
None.
just
Go
jump
ahead.
in 1 second. The election will be held at our next meeting on July 13th is the first item of business. And we can also have floor nominations at that meeting too.
I'm sorry. We're voting on.
I'm sorry, Dick, you're cutting in and out.
I was thinking we were voting on that now. That's fine. Next month.
Yeah.
So moving forward to the 2020 through 22 through 26 tip.
Okay.
Discussion of traffic 5 to the highway and transit element, please.
Thank you. I will be doing that one. Up on the screen is a copy of a memo we sent out to everybody announcing the development of draft amendment number 5 to the highway element of the FFY 2022-26 Montachusett TIP. Comment period will begin on Tuesday, May 24th, and it closes at the end of business on this coming Monday, June 13th. The MPO at the previous meeting in May voted to release this amendment for public comment. And so and this meeting is also serving as an opportunity for people to comment on the amendment. If all goes according to plan, it will be brought before the MPO next week on June 15th at their regularly scheduled meeting for review and hopefully endorsement. Now, the amendment was put out based upon some comments received from or information sent to us from Mass Highway regarding the project 6009, this will be 609314 in Ashby, which is Ashby intersection improvements at Greenville Road, which is Route 31, and Turnpike Road. There was a change in the cost that we needed to be made to the tip in order for it to be properly advertised. At the time of the putting together this amendment, the project was scheduled to be advertised in August on the 27th. Don't know if that date has changed, but that's approximately the same time frame that they're looking at to get it out the door. The project currently appears under Section 2B, State Prioritized Modernization Projects in our TIP. It is utilizing Highway Safety Improvement Funds, HSIP, where the funding is split between 90% federal and 10% state. The three major reasons given for the cost increase were as follows. In response to the 75% design review comments, the design engineer was directed to move some of the earthwork quantities to unclassified excavation. The unit price for unclassified excavation was significantly higher than the price for earth excavation. Number 2, drainage cost increase as a result of revisions required for ongoing permitting and comments from the Boston Environmental section of MassDOT. All existing catch basins in the project area are now replaced to have deep sumps as a best management practice, for an example. And number 3, all unit costs were updated to reflect current price trends with weighted average bid prices. There's been a significant inflation, so the design engineers used the most recent 4 months instead of 12 months for determining unit prices. So all told, those three reasons resulted in a cost estimate now of $3,224,713. This is approximately $721,000 more than the prior estimate of $2,503,000. So it's about a 28% increase in the overall cost. In order to meet other requirements of the federal highway and the state, the amendment was put out to have this cost change made to the tip. So basically, it's only just the cost being changed, nothing else in the project. We have not received any comments to date on this. So unless there are some comments from here, from the MJTC, we will move forward with this to the MPO, letting them know that we have not received any comments. And then we would look for a recommendation from the JTC as to whether the MPO should vote to endorse this TIP amendment. That is all I have quickly on that amendment. And if there's any questions, feel free.
Any questions for Brad?
Yeah, hi, this is Laura. It's not a question. I think the project number should be 609314.
Yes, I noticed that on the little
So,
table. I've got an extra
I'm
zero
not-
in there.
Yeah, I mean, it just
But-
I noticed it.
Yeah, but up top on the description, I have the correct number, 609314.
Yep.
For Brad? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move forward to the MJ recommendation.
Yes, we just need a consensus for the MJTC to recommend endorsement. Is there anyone opposed to that recommendation?
Yeah, I don't hear any Brad or see any, so I would say that would. Do we need a formal vote for that?
No, we don't need a formal vote. We just need consensus, and it appears we do have consensus. So I thank everybody for that.
Okay. Moving on to 6, the MART new automatic fare and collection system presentation.
That will be George Cahaley.
George?
Yes. Okay. In fiscal year 2020, MART have been awarded a $1 million under 5339 grant, and we supplemented with $500,000 to make the project $1.5 million to purchase the automatic fare collection system. And because we're changing the fare collection system, FDA considered this as a change in our fare collection system. And that required a public meeting. We held it four public meetings in through the region, one in Atoll, Fitchburg, Gardner, and Leominster. Beside the MPO meeting in March, and today with the MJTC meeting. As I mentioned, we purchased these fare collection system, and we installed it on all our buses and also on 17 vans that we use on our fixed bus routes, because some bus routes we have been using vans because we don't have the ridership. Part of this system, we purchased it, the whole system, we purchased it from Genfair company. And this new system will replace the Charlie card because they don't work together. but the actual box, it is very similar to the feel and functionality of the Charlie system, the old system we used to have. And part of this system, we're purchasing ticket vending machines to the first time. And also there will be a mobile app and online purchasing. Next, please. This is how the card will look. The one with the picture is for the reduced fare. And the one without picture, it is for the full fare. This is the front of the card. And for both of them, the full fare and the reduced fare, the back of the card is the same. For the reduced fare card, you have to come at first time to purchase it from our offices, just to make sure you are eligible to have the reduced fare. And after that, you can add fares to the card from online or from the ticketing machine. For the full fares, you don't have to come to our offices at all. And this is great news, because the old system, you have to come every time to our offices during business hours to purchase and to add value to the ticket. The new system still uses coins and bills up to $20 and still use smart fare cards, and will give, if you put more money, it will give you change tickets. And that change tickets is completely different than the old one, because this tickets, every time you use your card, it will give you a change ticket back, and will tell you on the ticket how many left. I don't know if you can see my, this is the ticket, how it looks like. And the bag, the guy put $10, and it print, when he cut it back, it printed $8.75, and when he used it again, it write down $7.50. Then the customer will track how much left on his card automatically. that means it will update the value of the change ticket. And also this machine, the one we have a picture of, these machines, they are on the buses. Already has been installed and people, they start using it. This machine, as you see here, can read barcode, has a barcode scanner for use with mobile ticketing. I will talk about the mobile ticketing later on. And also has the screen with all these colors and information. It is more visible, has more visibility to the user. And also has a smart card reader without putting it in. You just scan it on the top of the machine. And also, as I mentioned, has a mobile link for the bar. Your phone, the mobile application, when you purchase a ticket, has a barcode, and that barcode you put it on the on the barcode scanner, and it will read, let you know you paid and how much you paid and how much left on the ticket. It is a great system. Next, please. Also, part of the system, we have a new card validator. This is we use on our 17 vans, the one we use on our fixed bus routes, like Wachusett, Gardner to Wachusett, to Boston. Maybe in future we'll go back to Littleton and Devens and Worcester. All that will be using these validator. The old one, old validator, couldn't read the transfer or the overpayment you add on your card, but this one does, and you can add a value and to your mobile card too. Really, it is an upgrade to our old system. And still validate the bus passes and the stored cash value on your smart card. The new feature also can read magnetic change tickets, like the one I showed you, and can scan your mobile tickets. And this is a great system. Next, please. Mart will be already purchased 6 vending machines, and these vending machines will be coming to Mart early this summer. and will be installing them throughout the region. At this year, we'll be cutting 6, and in fiscal year 2023, we'll be cutting another 6. The 6 we're getting now, will be installing them like in ITC, in Atoll, in Gardner, Leominster, Monument Square, in several places. And we'll be working together with all these cities I mentioned and towns for preferable location. And this machine really will help our customer to purchase tickets without coming to MART offices on the business in business hours. They have a flexibility to purchase it anytime, any day, on their own time, and they can add value to it, to their tickets. And also this machine can take a credit card or cash, you know. As I mentioned before, the reduced fare, the person has to come only at first time to our offices to really purchase his first card to validate his availability. And after that, he doesn't have to come to our offices to add value and store value on the card later on. Next, please. This is the mobile ticketing app. The ticketing, the app will be available shortly. It is not in the App Store yet. And so many things you can do with that app. The full fare customer never need to come to MART sales location to buy bus passes or load or reload the stored cash value to their mobile ticketing. And it's the same. And this mobile ticketing app has so many features. Like you see here, activities. They can push on their phone activities. It will show the customer when he used the bus, how much he paid, how much he left, how many times he used the bus service. All these information. It is a great system. And also you can use your own computer to purchase tickets. But that purchasing on our website browser, it takes 48 hours for the money or the value to be available for the customer to be used, we have to reboot our system when the buses comes back to the garage overnight, and we work on it. And you see here it is exactly this picture will be showing on your mobile phone, your cell phone, and when you purchase, you will have a barcode. And also that mobile app, you can use it for the next picture, please. I already talked on this one. Okay. Using the mobile app, it has a lot of things you can do on it. Has so many features to be used, like trip planner, and you can use it to check on your bus when he will be arriving at your location, and it will show service alert too. If we have, like in winter, we have change bus routes to snow routes, you will have that information directly. This is what I like to show you here. It is the Pasio app. You can have it on your phone, and this is a live picture right now, and you see our buses all over our fixed bus route system. And if you click on any bus or bus route you want to use, it will show you the percentage of the people on the bus, and it will show you the location on the bus route. And if you don't like to get on the bus where it is full, and we never had that, but maybe in peak hours, we have several bus routes. They are full, 80–90%. I know some elderly, they like to have extra space for themselves, and that clicking on the bus will let them know how many people on the bus and where they are. And this system is already at work. We installed that system early January of this year, and people really, they like it. This is really what I have. I could answer any question you have.
Are there any questions?
And thank you. Any questions?
Okay. Seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to the regional transportation plan update.
Yeah, I can take this one.
All right.
So it's time for us again to begin to develop our regional transportation plan, which is a federal requirement that our MPO has, we have to put together the plan every 4 years. So we're just starting the process now, and basically the RTP is a long-term blueprint of the region's transportation system. We look at current conditions in the system, we look at trends, we compare it to the past, we try to project into the future and identify some needs and things like that. And we'll be looking at transportation across all modes. So, roadways and highways and transit, buses, trains, bike ped, what have you, freight. So it's all included in the plan. So we'll be discussing this at meetings over the next year or so. It'll be a recurring topic. And today we have just a draft development schedule to give you an idea of how this will all come to be. Basically, the first step is this summer we'll be developing a vision statement for the plan. And we'll discuss goals for the region along with objectives in support of those goals and ultimately performance measures to determine if we're meeting our goals. And in the next few months, we'll either July or August, we'll likely be drafting some vision statements for the JTC to consider. And we'll be looking for your input on that as well. We'll also begin working on some public outreach. Typically, we create a website dedicated to the RTP, and we push out a questionnaire to the public. We may create some outreach funding exercises to determine where people value their funds being spent on the system. Obviously, any problems that arise that would be identified in the questionnaire would be important to the plan. We'll start to develop some additional contacts outside of our normal circles. And in the past, we've scheduled some outreach sessions in each subregion. And we plan on doing that as well, depending on how people feel about getting together in person. And we haven't really ironed out any details for that, but we'll be providing that information to this group as well. Obviously, the JTC and the MPO at its monthly meetings and important input, and we'll be needing that throughout the process as well. So much of the analysis of the actual plan, it'll occur in the fall and the winter of this coming year. We'll look at things like, current conditions. We'll try to identify some trends in the system, where some improvements are needed. We'll try to identify some needs and project some future conditions and needs and things of that sort. We'll also look at the financial aspect of the transportation system in the region and try to determine some transportation investments that we may need to make in the future, some major projects, what have you, and hopefully give a good idea of what we can expect for funding from the federal government in the next 20 years or so. So we plan on having this wrapped up sometime next spring and endorsed by the MPO around this time next year, either June, July, probably. So also on the handout, this is the executive summary from the current RTP, which we put together in 2019. We named that plan Working Towards the Future to 2040. And this will just a refresher to the group. This is kind of gives you an idea of what's involved in the plan, what it's all about. You can also access the current plan on our website. So in July or August, probably our first step is we'll be looking at the vision state for our new plan. Here's the vision statement for the current 2020 plan. It's stated the Montachusett Metropolitan Planning Organization seeks to provide a multimodal transportation system that is safe, secure, efficient, affordable to all individuals while maintaining support and encouragement for economic development, growth, and revitalization while simultaneously promoting a sustainable, healthy, livable, and environmentally sensitive region. And that's a mouthful. So, but we'll be trying to form a vision statement for our new plan, and we'll involve the JTC in that process as well. And basically, it's an aspirational type of thing, and we'll try to develop something that we feel is appropriate for our region going forward. So that's all I have on the RTP. Just some additional information, and the main takeaway is this draft development schedule. And this is subject to change, but this is typically how this will come together, how it has in the past years. And we'll have a lot more information in the coming months.
Do we have any questions, Brian?
Yeah, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to me, or feel free to ask right now if you want.
Okay. Seeing and hearing none, I guess we'll move forward to our contract staff reports, and I'm assuming, Brad, you're going to take those, starting with the FTA.
Yeah, I'll just quickly run through the FTA and RTA from our point of view. Just currently, we're still working with Mark on different issues as they occur. We've just wrapped up the TIP and UPWP, so we work with them on those transit projects that are important to them. And we'll begin, we'll continue work too on a ADA bus stop analysis being done right now in the Gardner bus routes that are coming out of fixed bus routes coming out of Gardner. So that'll be wrapped up hopefully by the end of September. Other than that, I don't have anything on RTA, FTA outside of that. I don't know if George has something you'd like to say.
Yes, Brad, I do have a couple update. Well, the Board of Selectmen for the town of Phillipston has voted to petition to join the Montachusett Regional Transit Authority, MART, and MART Advisory Board at their scheduled meeting on May 17 voted to accept the town of Phillipston as MART member community. And now MART region total communities, there are 24. Big increase since last time there were 17. And the other update I have on the Fitchburg Intermodal Transportation Center, the ITC in Fitchburg. MART will be doing a rehab project on the transportation center that they're changing the roof replacement to the ITC beginning in September of this year. And some impact will be on the public using the facility. The other thing I have is a MART bus shelters grant. We submitted a grant early this year as part of the Share Street. And we just learned MART has been awarded $180,000 for shelters through the Shared Streets and Spaces program under Mass DOT for federal fiscal year 2023. The fund will be available beginning of that year, which October 1st, 2022, sorry. And MART will be installing bus shelters in some part of Fitchburg, Gardner, and Atto. And Just last week, we installed, it was Friday, we installed a new bus shelter at 75 East Broadway in South Gardner, using 5307 funding program. And it was very nice shelter, but 24 hours later, somebody vandalized that shelter. It is too bad. We are working to repair that shelter. I have beautiful picture for when they install it. The other thing I have is Air Depot Square pedestrian plaza. The construction of phase 3 of Depot Square pedestrian plaza located at the MBTA station has begun. And that phase 3 is the restroom facility at the plaza and some landscaping. Mart anticipate completion of this project by the fall of this year. Hopefully everything will go well. This is why I have. Any question?
Thank you. I'll wrap up the Mass Department of Transportation update for everybody. Just a few items. As I mentioned before, the MPO will be meeting next week on June 15th at 1 p.m. Besides the endorsement of the TIP amendment that we discussed earlier, Mart will be presenting an update to their transit asset management plan for appropriate MPO action. We discussed before that we're looking for trying to get a consultant to assist us with traffic counts this year. Our initial search has resulted 0 responses to our RFQ. We've updated it to make some changes and contacted a few additional consulting firms to hopefully get a response. So hopefully we'll get something soon so that we won't lose any more time on the traffic count program. There is one handout that put together for people. It's on the Northern Tier Passenger Rail Study. This is an ongoing study being conducted by Mass DOT. It talks about, its concept is to look at possible passenger rail service between Greenfield and then points west, actually out to Pittsfield, all the way into Boston. The consultant is on board doing a lot of the work that's being initially put together. Their second working group meeting is scheduled for June 22nd from 1 to 2:30 p.m. There are links on this handout that will get you to register and to be part of the process. You can, this handout information is also now on our website under news and announcements, right on the front page. So if you are interested, you want to sign up for the meeting, you can either download this flyer from this meeting's folder, or you can go to our website and click on the news announcement that's there. And the last 2 items, let me start with this one. I want to just let people know that the appointment forms for the MJTC went out at the beginning of June. I tried to make sure that everyone who has been appointed a member was part of the email that's gone out. And basically, we're just looking for the planning boards and the boards of selectmen and the mayor's office to appoint someone to the JTC for the coming year that usually begins on July 1st. So we've had a couple of responses back, but just want to let you know that you can keep an eye out for it, especially if you receive an email directly from us, and remind your boards to fill out the appointment forms and get them back to us so we have a full list of MJTC representatives. And the last item has to do with the MJTC meeting schedule. Our next scheduled meeting is July 13th at 2:30. And again, the first order of business will be the election of officers, but also typically near the end of the federal fiscal year, we, whenever possible, gone to sort of an every other month schedule up until about January. So there are basically three options for the MJTC to consider. The first being that the MJTC will meet in July, September, and November, thereby skipping August, October, and December. Or the MJTC can meet in August, October, and December, skipping July, September, and November. So basically, it's every other month. If the July meeting is skipped, the election for officers will take place on the first item of business in the August meeting. And the last is to not at this point skip any meetings, but leave the schedule as is. We meet every month on the second Wednesday. That can be left in place, and we can move forward as we go as usual. There would be options to cancel a meeting or skip a meeting if we feel there's nothing major or action items on the agenda that need to be addressed. Or if we do go to an every other meeting schedule, we could possibly still schedule a meeting one of those off months if there's a major action item we need to address, such as a TIP amendment or changes to the TIP or the UPWP or some other plan like that. So my basic question is to the JTC, how would they like to proceed for the rest of the year? Would they like to take every other month off? And if so, do we want to start the schedule starting meeting in July, September, and November, thereby getting December off for everybody? So it's a general question for right now, and I'm just asking some feedback from everybody.
Brad, do you want a consensus today, or?
If possible, we could wait till the
last year did that.
Yeah, we've done it in the past, and that's because typically we don't have the TIP and the UPWP and those other action items that require us to meet every month. And we give the members a break on those things. And typically it's so that we take the option to skip the December meeting because of Christmas and all the other things going on during that month. But we can wait till July to formally select the process, or we could discuss it today. It's up to the JTC how they want to go.
I have a recommendation to skip July.
You want to skip July?
And start August.
Okay.
Are there others that would like to see that starting in August and then alternating?
Bob Schwartz Gardner, yeah, I'll certainly support that.
Okay. Right. Is there any other opinions out there on which one's better, or? I think personally, I'd like to go with the July meeting. Simply, we have an election scheduled that's now in our bylaws, so it'd be easier to do it that way. So if no one is opposed to it, we can set the July meeting for what did I say, July 13th, and then look to August, not meeting in August, and going from there, if that's okay with everybody.
I think that's a good plan, and we can, if the group is okay with it. If there's anybody that's opposed, please speak up.
I won't be available in July meeting.
Okay. Well, Mart will send someone else, right? In either case, I will send out notices to everybody before each month, reminding you of whether we're meeting or not. So you'll still get notices that there's a July meeting, and then that we are out in August, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brad. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion, move to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank
Aye.
Thank you, folks, and we'll see you in July.
All right, thank you very much.